All right, so honestly, I started a YouTube page, and I really haven't done anything with it. And I always get these stories in my head. They're true stories, and they just kind of, as you're doing things in life, something triggers a memory. And a couple of years ago, I decided to become a hoarder. Didn't have a lot going on in my life. Um, Came into a lot of money, and I thought, why don't I just fill up my house full of useless shit? That's a joke. Um, but 2006-ish, um, I'd heard about hoarders, A&E. I had never met a hoarder, and then in the next like couple of years, I'd meet a couple. The first one I met was after my girlfriend and I had broken up, so that's what you would call an ex-girlfriend, Jim. Okay, my ex-girlfriend and I. It sounds weird to say I broke up with my ex-girlfriend because that's already past tense. So my girlfriend and I became exes, and all of a sudden I developed a southern accent. And they said, "Why that happened?" I said, "I don't know." And we'll just have to wait for it to just dissipate. Okay? All right. So, hey, dissipate. Oh no, dude. Sorry. Um, and she had had an abortion, and so I was going through some tough times. She did it just for spite, and I didn't have any other kids, just I did one. And so, in an effort to kind of fill the void, I took up intravenous drugs, and been hooked ever since. 15 years later. Um, I volunteered at Big Brother Big Sister. I was like, at that point, I wanted to be a Big Brother. Now I'd probably try out Big Sister because I've already did Big Brother. I don't know if they'd let me, and I don't know if they're Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and Big Them. I don't know if they do that shit. Anyway, so I opted in for that. And they do your background check and stuff like that. Back then, I was good to go. Um, I had never, I'd like smoked a quarter of a joint my whole life, and I was like 20, I was like 30 something. And, I don't know, I no, I hadn't. And, and I didn't know my ex had, she did it. So, this story has a lot of parts I can color. Anyway, I go through the whole process, and they do the background check, fingerprints, all that stuff like that, and then so, and I just they go, well, what kind of kid do you want? And I said, well, one that probably comes from a wealthy city would be most ideal. Really hot too, low self-esteem. Do you have any of those? That's horrible. No, I just said I don't care. Whatever, whatever. I don't have any criteria other than if a kid needs help, I just hang out with it, whatever. I'm not there to dictate. It sounds weird. It sounded weird to be asking. Yeah, don't give me any colored kids. I mean, that'd be like I don't understand why they ask. You're there to volunteer. I was going to the church. Hey, Father, I'm here to volunteer. Oh, could you do this? I don't think so, man. You got somewhere I could just stand around, maybe watch. I could oversee stuff. You know. Anyway, so what they linked me up with this mother. This shit's crazy. I forgot. This is not just about hoarders. So um, we meet. I can't remember where we met the first time. It might have been the same time. We met at McDonald's. I know for a fact once, and it could have been the first time. This is a long time. And this lady was morbidly obese. she was like at least 20, 30 pounds overweight. It was disgusting. No, I'm no, I'm like, no, this lady was like, 400 pounds, and that's no joke. Like, she should have been on television, one of those shows. Like, of course, I'm sure she had a thyroid problem, and I should have fucking
Let's eat at McDonald's. That way I can kill two birds with one stone. I can find a dad figure for my son and eat my
20 cheeseburgers. And that's what she sounded like. So anyway, I met them. Supposedly she had cancer. The dad wasn't around, um, and the kid was pretty nerdy. Honestly, he looked like he probably got picked on a lot. Walked with his head down, shoulders, just So whatever. I think his name was Rick. I wouldn't say his name here. That's why I rhymed it with an R instead of an N. Like anyone's gonna find Nick. Anyway, so I, we meet, and I'm with the representative from Big Brothers Big Sisters, and then they ask, "What do you think?" And I'm like, back then, like I was doing pretty well for myself, for my standard. I mean, just a fucking piece of shit growing up, right? And poor white trash, and lower middle class trash. So, not to say that people around me were trash, but I probably was. So, geez, Chip, going back, going deep. Um, so they call me and like, do you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. Doesn't really matter what I think of the kid. I like, I'll get to know him. I don't know what he's been through. I'm not going to judge anybody except for the morbidly obese because it's obvious what kind of decisions they're making. Um, they're, why do they have the problems they have? Though we don't know, but self-control, says the guy who eats shitloads of peanut butter. And get on with the story, you son of a bitch. So, first time going to meet him, we're in Phoenix, right? And weather's always good, but it's not good that day. It's raining, and so I'm like, oh well, we'll just go see a movie. I don't even remember what we would have done. I probably would have taken a ride in my car. It was a fun car, sports car, and I don't know, golf, mini golf, shit like that. Top Golf wasn't around then, but there were still driving ranges, you know, places to go. So we head to the feed. Oh, yeah, stop. This is a big fucking part order. Um, so I go to pick them up, and the address is like it's a single ranch. It's small, uh, kind bedrooms, kitchen. You walk in, live-in area, and then bedrooms to the left. Um, Small house, probably 3 bedroom, 2 bath, if 3 bedroom, 1 bath. So it's raining, you know, um, and it's raining harder. It's not a landscape kind of day, and they don't look like they have the money to hire a landscape, and they ain't got much to landscape. So anybody outside is kind of silly. Um, why is he telling us this? Why? Why? What do you want? The reason I'm saying this, so I knock on the door, and I have zero expectations. I'm just here to pick up the boy. I'm not here to judge his environment. Um, I'm not here to do anything other than, you know, volunteer to help the kid. So I knock on the door, and the kid comes to the door, can't open the door all the way. Like, like this much, right? So I have to like go around the door. Why is he holding a knife?
Be okay, champ. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Um, so I go around the door, and then inside is this. It just stacks of like brochures, newspapers, and there's literally like a path through the house, and the shit is just stacked. And there's his morbidly obese mother. There's this clearing where there's like a shitty student desk thing, and she's on a computer, an old one with like those big monitors, the tube monitors, um, and she's playing a video game on the computer, and she doesn't acknowledge me. Thanks,
You got something to say, dog?
here. This is CG. All right, then. Come up, say hi. Anyway, so the hey, for the rest, I'll edit some of these dead spots out. So Nick's not quite ready, so I'm just standing there, and this lady is not acknowledging me, and I'm just looking around, and I've never in my life personally seen anything like this, other than like a storage unit. Like I used to work moving in storage in the summers when I was a kid, and I'd still never seen it like this because this wasn't a storage unit. There was the fucking kitchen, and you just had to go through this path. So there was nowhere for me to sit. And I'm just kind of like shuffling around, and I in the backyard, and I'm not like straight through. There's a window to the backyard, and there's a guy walking in the backyard, and I don't think anything of it, at the time, because I have no reason to think anything of it, because I'm volunteering for a thing where kids, help. So whatever's going on, maybe they rent out a room, or I don't fucking know. So I observe it. I'm very observant. Hard to miss the hoarding shit. And so she doesn't really look at him when we're leaving and acknowledge him, and just kind of like, yeah, like get him out of here. And I was like, Jesus, lady. It was just like, no, hi, I love you, like, see you later, have a good time, what are you guys doing? Nothing. And I'm like, wow, this lady's a piece of shit, because she was not like this at the interview. She was very loving and just wanted what's good for him, because his father's a good dude, all this stuff. So we go to the theater, for all of you that know Phoenix, Desert Ridge, AMC. And we're sitting there, and we're like, because of the rain and stuff, we've just got time to kill. Like, the movie doesn't start for a half hour or whatever, so we're not going inside yet because I think they're still showing the previews. And so we're just sitting there talking, asking about school or whatever. He's not real too talkative. And then I said, "Oh, do you ever get to see your dad?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I see him every day. He lives with us." I'm like, "Lives with you?" He goes, "Yeah, that guy walking in the back. That's my dad." And I'm like, no. So I don't flinch. Like, I'm not going to make him feel bad. Well, what the fuck is this bullshit, kid? Boom! You owe me for a movie ticket, son. Um, and I'm upset, So, so this is the other part. Like, I mean, first of all, using a program. I mean, there's kids out there that really fucking need this. If you have a shitty dad, you guys all need to work on that stuff. I'm not there to be a fucking babysitter, and just both parents are there, and I'm taking your kid out and I'm using a program that's so. Of course, I know they defrauded the system, right? Of course, she's probably just whatever lying about the dad not being around. Has to be, because that program doesn't exist like in that manner. Um, maybe if the dad was like an influencer or something like that, I don't know. So I contact big brothers, big sisters, and I said, hey, here's the deal. Um, there's a kid out there that needs me. They need me. What an ego. But they need this. If there's a legitimate kid, I need to be helping that kid in this fucking situation, right? So what they do is they set up a meeting between us because we're all confronting her now. The agency, myself, fucking Rodito, and she starts bawling. We're at McDonald's. Apologizing and just saying the guy's such a and please, please, and I mean it's nice because I had a flashy car, and, do fun things and stuff. But you're not supposed to really spend money on them. You're supposed to. So you don't want to break from their reality too much. Like, you just want to spend time with them, being a mentor. Um, so I ended up spending money there the first time going to the theater, babysitting fucking kid. And I like being lied to, wasting my time. And I told my daughter, I said, I don't expect her to never lie. I just choose your lies wisely. And that's a shitty lie, And so she's bawling, and I just was like, nope, too bad. Fucking cry, you fucking bitch. You got caught in your little scam, and now you're a victim. Fuck you. Make better life choices. I just saw you sitting there doing fucking nothing. Your house is a fucking. I told them about that too. I said CPS needs to know about this environment. These kids. Two parents there, and they're using agencies to fucking. I know where they live still. It's right by Costco. Probably not there anymore. She's probably dead. She was sick. Supposedly, right? Who's gonna ask for medical records? You look at something like that, and she goes, "Oh, that must be a big tumor." No, that's bad choices. 250 pounds. So yeah, that was my first experience with a hoarder, and of course, is just what a low life using that agency like that. I forgot about that. I don't know what sparked that memory, but that's it. I'll try to tighten it up in the edit. Let's see if there was anything else to that story. Poor Nick, kid, had just shitty parents. He was a smart kid. You could tell he was. I think that's what happens because he's neglected emotionally. I'm glad he picked something to be interested in, whatever nerdy thing that was. I remember him being, very, he used big words for his age. Read a lot, and there was lots of reading material, a lot of newspapers. I can't imagine. I didn't even get past that entrance. I just had to kind of shuffle around. But it was. I did not want to go and see his bedroom. Yikes. Anyway, yeah, that fucking lady and that fucking dad. He probably didn't even know about it.